bang, it's for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good. Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show. Back here at the Shack, another edition of EDC playoff basketball. And how about this? Another rivalry matchup for our next game here on this day at the Shack, as we just had a matchup between Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River. Central coming away with the win. They will play in a state qualifying game coming up on this Saturday. Their opponent to be determined. Our next game of this contest featuring Fargo South and Fargo North. I'm Joel Morgan. Alongside me is Alex Quist, head coach of the Valley City Highliners. Coach, you get a chance to play your rival during the regular season. You get it twice in the EDC. Trilogy matchup between these two teams. It should be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, and luckily neither team really had the edge during the regular season, splitting the regular season matchup 1-1. So yeah, it'll be just another game. You know how it is at the EDC when it comes to tournament time. Any team can win. Just a lot of it depends on which team's got more gamers.
And look at these two teams. Let's talk about Fargo North. They have some offensive firepower. We can talk about the numbers that Sam puts up. He's got guys around him who can rebound, guys who contribute offensively. You've played North already here in the playoffs. What can you tell us about that team?
Yeah, Fargo North, they've got a lot of guys that can put some points up on the board. Obviously, when teams usually prepare for Fargo North, the first name that comes up is Jeremiah Sem, just because he's their leading scorer, averaging over 20 points a game, and he's electric. So he's definitely going to be getting a lot of attention from the Fargo South sideline. And if they watched any film against any of the film against West Fargo, the first round of the EDC, I have a feeling they're probably going to be chasing Sem around the court quite a bit.
And a look at Fargo South. They have some offensive firepower as well. They can move up and down the court. You've seen this team this year as well. What can you tell us about the Bruins?
Yeah, they are an extremely athletic team. They're very quick, so it's really difficult to keep them out of the paint. And what they lack in size, they make up for with their athleticism. So you would think that they would get out rebounded most games, but it's actually quite the opposite. They've got so many good athletes and they play really hard. So they're a good rebounding team as well.
This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. We're going to take a break. We'll come back to tell you more about the path these two teams have taken here in the postseason. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
It's a family-oriented community.
Great community to raise kids in a family.
They're a safe place to raise a family, and can go four-wheeling on the trails or kayaking down the river.
Just more than knowing the family that's here, it's getting to know new neighbors.
We wanted to be somewhere that was community-oriented, and this felt just perfect.
From too wet to too dry, we know Mother Nature has the final say on the crop. Count on Irie Insurance to help manage that risk. Irie Insurance has a proven track record with over 30 years of experience as a crop insurance leader. Protect your legacy with the right tools to do the job. Learn more at IrieInsurance.com or by calling your local agent in Devils Lake, Hillsborough, Hope, Mackville, Towner, and West Fargo.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
It's our Irie Insurance pregame show. Fargo North versus Fargo South. Almost combined the two names there. Fargo North and Fargo South playing for a chance to move on to a state qualifier Saturday. at 11 o'clock. Our first game today, Grand Forks Central, a 79-73 win over Red River. Alex, another rivalry matchup. You have those two teams facing off against each other, Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River. Grand Forks Central has had a tough stretch of basketball the last handful of seasons. They're a team that has kind of surprised some people this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at their team, and they only returned one player that was in their varsity rotation from last year's team, and they didn't necessarily have a great deal of success last year. So I don't think expectations were very high coming into the season, but it was pretty clear from the get-go that some of those younger kids were ready to play. And so kudos to Central and their head coach, Dan Carlson, for getting those kids minutes early in the season. And obviously, I mean, a lot of those guys, they had a really, really good game here today. And, yeah, I mean, anytime you get a little taste of a tournament win, that's only going to add fuel to the fire, and they're going to be a dangerous team heading forward.
So Grand Forks Central, their opponent to be determined. They'll play whoever loses tonight's matchup between West Fargo Cheyenne and West Fargo. Of course, North and South will be our next game. And then coming up at 5:30 into the semifinal round, Fargo Davies against Shanley. And then, as we mentioned, Cheyenne against West Fargo. Saturday looks like this: a play-in state qualifying game at 11 a.m., 12:45. And then the championship game will be at 7:45. The girls' side of this tournament will be into the mix there as well. Coach, let's look at our matches here in the semifinals. Again, teams that you have seen throughout this season. Your predictions a little bit here. We'll keep it a little short, but Davies and Shanley. Davies, obviously, number 2 team in the state, number 1 team in the EDC. Shanley always capable of playing some good basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last time that those two teams matched up, it came down to a 2-point game. And so, you know, I think a lot of that game depends on what you can get from Matzenbacher and Klebo. Those two are the guys that sort of, you know, spurt the Davies. They're the two most explosive kids on the floor almost every single game. And so if they're able to keep up their pace of scoring and controlling the tempo of the game like they normally do, I think it's going to be tough for Shanley. But if Shanley can, on the other side of things, slow those two down, then they're going to have a good shot at walking away with a win.
And in our other semifinal, West Fargo Cheyenne. West Fargo, I mean, Davies and Shanley a stone throw away from each other. They're rivals geographically and being in the EDC. You got the Battle of West Fargo on the other side. And again, two teams that have gotten the best of each other this season. What do you see out of our next semi?
Yeah, well, us basketball fans, we're definitely lucky, aren't we? 4 rivalry matchups, that's pretty neat. But yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup. Just West Fargo has been playing some really good basketball here as of late. And Cheyenne, I mean, one thing about them, I mean, they're just so lengthy. And so a lot of it's going to come down to, I think, if West Fargo can pick the pace up of the game and get up and down the floor, I think that they're going to have more success in that type of game. And I think Cheyenne's going to do a little bit better with a little bit of a slower pace game where they can really bother West Fargo with their length and side, both on the offensive and defensive ends.
All right, this is our IRE Insurance pregame show. We'll take a break. We'll come back to meet your starting lineups next. It is EDC Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
Making a difference and impacting lives comes together when you study to become a nurse at Lake Region State College. Our nursing program is available in Mayville, Grand Forks, and Devils Lake. Find out more today. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Save the dates for the Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. New this year, music from Post-Traumatic Funk Syndrome, the Freddie Justice Hypnotist, the Traveling Escape Room, Nick the Magician for Youth Day, Senior Day, Free Family Friday, the Red Letter Band, the Woodpicks, racing, and so much more. NormanCountyFair.com. The Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. It is where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Everybody's gonna be there. Red River Valley Speedway. What a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway. The fastest high bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com.
Good afternoon.
And our broadcast of high school basketball in the EDC tournament. Let's turn it over to the PA announcer for the announcement of our starting lineups.
The Fargo North Spartans. And the home team on the scoreboard, the Fargo South Bruins. Time now to introduce the cheerleaders from Fargo North. Beginning with Amelia Thielman, Najee Holmes, Leo Stordahl, Emma Ludwikowski, Erilyn Morse, Liz Rodenbiker, Alyssa Welch, Alexa Navarro, and Soleil Rubizi. Time now for our starting lineups for today's game to be introduced alternately. First for Fargo North, starting at guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 4, Jeremiah Sem. And for Fargo South, the 6'4" forward, junior, number 11, Dean Grant. For Fargo North at guard, a 6'5" senior, number 10, Isaac Cody. And for Fargo South at guard, a 6'1" junior, number 12, William Locker. For Fargo North at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 20, Gabe Sagvold. For the Bruins at guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 22, James Hamilton. For the Spartans at a forward, a 6'4" senior, number 24, Luke Loberg. For the Bruins at forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 25, Cole Kegba. And for Fargo North at center, a 6'5" sophomore, number 40, Carter Zeller.
And that has been your announcement here of the starting lineups. Oh, I missed one.
Number 32, Diamond McGill.
There we go. Last one announced here in our starting lineups. We'll take a break. We'll be back with opening tip-off next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Let the team at Taxman help prepare your taxes and answer any of your tax-related questions. From financial planning, payroll services, and retirement planning, Taxman focuses on your unique tax, accounting, and consulting needs. For expert, affordable service from accountants that care about you with a combined 200 years of experience, choose Taxman. Open year-round with offices in Fargo and Moorhead. For more information, go online to fmtaxman.com.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com as we are ready for the start of this matchup. EDC quarterfinal matchup, EDC state qualifying matchup. Winner will move on to the state qualifier on Saturday morning. And it's our second of 4 rivalry matchups here at the Shack. And the opening tip-off is won back by North. It's handled by Sem. Sem comes to drive, gets held up. We'll go to Isaac Cody, and Cody moves between the circles. These two teams split their meetings in the regular season as a 3 on the way. That one will miss for Sem, and the ball will go back to Fargo South. There's a barn burner between Red River and Central. Central getting the win here in this matchup. Central going on to a state qualifier as the ball is picked up baseline, almost turned over, and moving towards the iron, taking 2, missing the shot, Kegbaugh, and the ball will go back to North. Both teams missing their first shots up and down the court. 2 possessions may be very telling of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes coming into a new building like this. Got brighter lights, playing on a college floor. Maybe just a little bit of nerves here to start out the game.
Left side with the basketball is Fargo South, handled by Hamilton. Now to the corner, shot for Grant. That one off the iron, put back off the backboard. Kegbaugh will send it beyond the arc. It's controlled by Hamilton. Hamilton averaging nearly 20 a game this season. Gets called for a held ball. It will stay in the hands of Fargo South.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if scoring gets picked up here pretty quickly, though. These two teams like to get out and run. I don't think it's going to take too long for the points to start falling in.
Hamilton from the top of the key comes to drive the lane, held up. We'll go back to Diamond McGill. 12 seconds and counting on the shot clock. We had South basketball in their first matchup on Saturday, a win against Wahpeton. Wahpeton almost coming back to advance on in this EDC tournament, driving the lane. McGill will lose the ball, scooped up by Sagvold, and here comes Fargo North. Long pass to Sem. Sem hesitation, loses the ball out of bounds, and that is a risky move by South to leave Sem unguarded.
Yeah, he's definitely not the guy you want to leave wide open, especially in transition. You see some of the highlight reel dunks he's had throughout the season.
Cody at the baseline. Inbounds, comes to the corner. Loberg's shot is good. Actually, that's Sagvold with the shot. That is 3. And scoring first is Fargo North. McGill will handle the basketball. Comes to Hamilton. Hamilton on the elbow, looking for help. Will come beyond the arc. Locker's shot short of the iron, pulled down by Jeremiah Sem. And Sem off the defense, up for 3, will miss. And it's the Bruins basketball. McGill's going to slow things down here a little bit. Skips to the near side, finds Hamilton. Hamilton off the glass, will miss. Rebound redirected to Carter Zeller. Now to the corner, Cody. Skips across, will come over to the near side, finds Sagvold. He drives, looks for help. Will feed to Loberg. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 3 left side, that one's off the backboard. Rebound is tipped to Cody. Cody the move at the basket, gets fouled. Did not see the foul was against. I believe it will be Kegbaugh. His first, Kegbaugh's first, team's first. South's not giving North a whole lot of room inside.
No, they've forced Fargo North to take quite a few perimeter jump shots so far, and that's one thing North they've been sort of inconsistent with. Some nights you might see them knock down 10 to 15 threes, and then the next night they might only hit 3 or 4.
Cody makes both free throws, a 5-0 run to start the game for Fargo North. 3 left side, trying to end the drought. Hamilton, ball back to North. And say North not getting a lot inside. I don't know how much they're trying to take inside either. I think they are trying to establish some long shooting here early on.
Well, in the playoffs, defenses always tighten up, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to get anything inside.
Inbound attempt by Locker, able to find Diamond McGill. McGill, 13 points, about 6 rebounds. He is the floor general of this South offense. Feeds to Kegbaugh, reverse layup off the backboard. Rebound picked up by Sagvold. Long pass will come to Cody. Cody on the wing, feeds to Zeller. Zeller hesitation, misses the shot. He'll go to the line. Kegbaugh called for his second, team second. One of your starters, 2 fouls with 14:34 left to play in the first half. Probably not a lot right now to get you to panic, but something in the back of your mind.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing when you've got someone like Cody Zeller on the other, or not Cody Zeller. What's Zeller's first name?
Carter.
Carter. Cody Zeller is a former Hoosier. I don't know why I had him on my mind, but you got Carter Zeller on the other end, and Kegba, good physical defender down low. That'll definitely hurt them in the rebounding compartment going forward.
Second free throw missed, rebound picked up, on the way, good for three. Sagvold with a pair of three, 9 straight for North to start the game. And DeAndre Watson in for South and contributes right away there with the layup. That ends that 9-0 run to start the game. 9-2, Fargo North leads, and a feed comes to Zeller. Just mentioned his name. Zeller puts that one in. It's 11-2, 9-point lead for North.
We'll see if South can build off of that last bucket. Got an easy one inside, and nothing has come easy besides that one, so hopefully they're going to get settled in here, get into a little bit of a rhythm offensively.
Locker up to drive, feeds to the baseline, and it was Watson again with the layup, misses. Locker scoops up the loose shot, is able to find Hamilton. He'll miss the shot, and rebound comes around to North. Long pass, Sagvold off the glass, up for two. That is 8 for the senior, 13-2 the lead for Fargo North. We got a timeout. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
And we are back on YourLiveEvent.com. South got the inbound. Ball was swatted out of bounds. They'll try it again. Locker at the baseline. Checking in out of that timeout was Booth. As inbound under the basket intended for Hamilton. Taken by North. And it will be a foul call against the Bruins. Will go against McGill.
Oh, it looks like they called a clean block there. I think that was a good no call there. Good hustle there from McGill to chase that one down.
Call out the baseline, will inbound to Sem. That's Jeremiah Sem with the basketball. Matthew Sem also out on the court. Jeremiah Sem with it left side, up for a three, and it's good. Sem knocks down the third three of the game for Fargo North. They lead 16-2, 14-point lead, their largest. They have not trailed this game. Opened up scoring 9 straight. South will lose it out of bounds. He'll go back to the Spartans. Sagvold, a game-high 8 points, ready to inbound. Bruins making a substitution. Colby Jones will come into the game. North looking to set their offense. It's really just been run-and-gun basketball so far. As Sem geared up for the three, will come back to the near side to Matthew Sem. Matthew Sem drives, shoots off the backboard, rebound tipped around. And we're going to get a foul call. That will go against Carter Zeller. His first for North.
North has done a good job of taking South out of their comfort zone so far. South's only gotten inside the paint a couple times, and they've leaked out for a couple fast break transition points, making things really difficult here early for the Bruins.
McGill will come to Hamilton. Hamilton looks around. We'll go back to McGill. Under 12.5 to play here in the first half, and pass almost stolen away by Jeremiah Sem. Instead, he'll alter this one out of bounds.
I think South needs to find a way to get Hamilton a bucket here. he's one of those kids where he sees the ball go through the hole, and you're going to have your hands full for the rest of the night because he is a scorer.
Yeah, their lead scorer just under 20, coming off a double-double performance in a close game against West Fargo Cheyenne back on Tuesday night in the quarterfinal round. Ball gets picked up by Watson. Will come near side, Colby Jones. Jones to shoot, shot clock violation. And the basketball will go back to North. Good crowd coming in here for both North and South.
And we'll see if that plays a factor later in the game here too. You can see Fargo North has a full student section, and South maybe got a third or a quarter of one. That looked like it played a big role in the game right before this with both Grand Forks teams. Central had a huge student section, in Red River I don't think they had any.
Welcome Mahosa will be called for the foul, his first, team second. Luke Lohlberg will come back into the game. Mahosa will step out. A player doesn't see a lot of minutes coming in, I think, to just kind of reset their rotation. 11:58 left in the half on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Fargo North a 16-2 lead over Fargo South. It's win or go home today. Get a chance to play in a state qualifier coming up here on Saturday. All those games can be seen on yourliveevent.com. South with the basketball. It's Locker on the near side, guarded by Jeremiah Sem, able to find able to find Colby Jones. Poked away by Matthew Sem. Jones will pick it up the other side of the court, turns around, Lohlberg on him. Long feed to the baseline, goes to Watson, out of bounds, back to North, and you're starting to get this sense that South feeling a little uncomfortable with the lack of scoring, about 7 minutes into this game and maybe forcing a thing or two.
Wow. I understood why he was looking at that pass. There's only 9 seconds left on the shot clock there as well, but you can see the ball never even got to the three-point line that possession until they threw the ball out of bounds with 10 seconds left.
Ball work to the far side of the court, handled by Sagvold. Back over to the near side, Cody skips across. It's May with the ball, and we're going to get a stoppage. Evan Booth called for his first personal third-team foul. 11:16 left in the half. Jeremiah Sem will come back into the game for the Spartans. The winner of this one plays at 11 a.m. Saturday. They got the Sunshine game as a three for Sem. Good. Jeremiah Sem knocks down his second three.
Fargo South just not getting up close enough to him there. He was much too comfortable on that one.
And a steal for Isaac Cody. Sagvold to the corner. Sem hesitation, feeds to Cody, drives off the backboard, rebound reeled in by Kegba, and Fargo South has the basketball. Hamilton with it on the near wing. Hamilton trying to drive. Shot off the iron. Long pass comes into the hands of Zeller and called for travel. It'll be South's basketball, 10:32 left to play in our first half. The Bruins Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They thank corporate sponsors Gate City Bank, Sanford, Midco, and First International Bank for their continued support. To become a Bruins Booster Club member, to find out more information, click on the activities tab at Fargo South's homepage and then click on Booster Club. On the right wing, Kegba finds Locker. Locker tried to go across the lane. Lohlberg had a read on it, and Lohlberg the other way for the Spartans. We'll get complete expanded stats at the half as a three right side, in and out. Rebound was picked up by Hamilton, and the Bruins will take a timeout. They trail 19-2. Back with more on yourliveevent.com.
Powerful and playful, delicate and precise, bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com. Coverage of the EDC tournaments. All games can be found here on Your Live Event. If you miss them, archived on our website as well on United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Fargo North 19, Fargo South 2. North kind of getting it done on both sides of the court. Been able to get a lot of points off turnovers, stealing some possessions from the Bruins. Hamilton across half court. Puts the ball into the hands of Diamond McGill. McGill back to Hamilton near side. DeAndre Watson off the bench owns the only 2 points in this game that belong to Fargo South. His blocker to drive, shot blocked by Zeller. Here comes North the other way and a steal for Grant. Grant the steal under the basket, gets 2.
And that's just what South needs right there. They need to get some easy ones in transition, force a turnover, get a layup, hopefully find themselves a little bit of a rhythm here.
Isaac Cody to the near side. Finds an open shooter in Loberg. Inside to Zeller. Zeller over the defender, and 2 for Cody Zeller. He's got 5 in the game, 21-4 the score. South going back the other way, and a miscue on a pass intended for Grant. Ball picked up by Cody. Cody moving to the near wing to Sem in the corner. Thought about the catch and release 3. Instead, sets it in motion. Under 9 to play in the half. Pass in the lane, knocked away, recovered by North. Here comes Jeremiah Sem for 3. That will miss. And a foul call at the baseline. That will be against Zeller. Zeller's second. And North making some changes.
Substitution, number 31, DeAndre Watson. Number 10, Colby Jones into the game.
Colby Jones, DeAndre Watson in for Fargo South.
Well, let's see if South can find a little bit more breathing room down low with Zeller out of the game.
Nice move by Hamilton. Couldn't find the net. Out of bounds, back to North. 8:33 left in the half. We'll get our first half numbers coming up. We'll have expanded numbers as well, courtesy of the Metro Tournament Committee. Sagvold with the basketball. Looks for help. Goes beyond the arc, and we're going to get a foul.
Substitution, number 32, Diamond McGill back.
Diamond McGill will come back in the game for South. 8:20 left in the half.
North looking to go back to the run and jump. Be an opportunity for South to maybe get something easy on the other end if they beat the pressure, but a little bit uncharacteristic of South so far. They've put their head down and gotten maybe just a little sliver of the paint. They've turned it over quite a few times when they did that. And normally you would think a team as athletic as them, they would find a good look off of those paint touches.
It's McGill to inbound. We'll find Colby Jones. Jones on the near side will come to McGill. Handled by Grant. 2 off the iron. Rebound picked up by Sagvold. Sagvold almost got it knocked away by Colby Jones. Sends it to Cody. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Spartans. They have not trailed this game. They opened up scoring 9 straight, then went on a 10-2 scoring run and have added to it since then. We're going to see a foul against Jeremiah Sem.
Falls on the Spartans, number 4, Jeremiah Sem. That's his first personal. 15 foul.
Good hustle there from both players, getting on the floor. You like to see that, especially come tournament time. Those 50-50 balls are really important.
So what was the difference maker between that one not being a jump ball and that one being a foul?
It can be tough. And, those really are 50-50 plays for refs as well, where, it's a loose ball. You're diving on the floor, you get a good chunk of ball, but a lot of times if you're going to jump over a player and on top of them, that could be considered maybe a little bit of a dangerous play. Could potentially hurt somebody, so that's usually going to draw a whistle from a ref.
And Hamilton feeds to the cutting McGill, and we're going to get a foul call against North. This one will put South to the free throw line.
We'll see if this can get Hamilton going a little bit here. Putting a couple free throws in, that can do a lot to your mentality, especially as a player like Hamilton, his scoring ability, that scoring mindset. See the ball go through the net, it gives you all sorts of confidence.
He gets the first free throw, ready for the second. He had a double-double again in their loss against West Fargo Cheyenne. South got to this game via a 60-51 loss Tuesday night, while North a 98-66 loss against West Fargo. As the next free throw's in, 21-6 the score. Zagvold up to drive. And he will draw the contact. That is Dean Grant. Grant's first, team's fourth. That's what will be on the ground. Zagvold gets the inbound for three, hits far iron over the backboard, and it's back to South.
Yeah, and South certainly isn't out of this game. There's a lot of time left on the clock, and North is usually a team where they like to play fast, so there's going to be a lot of possessions left in this ball game, and they're not going to be shy shooting the ball. They're not going to slow the ball down until maybe the end of the game if they have a lead. So if you're South, you just got to chip away one possession at a time.
Nice feed, goes to DeAndre Watson. Fourth for Watson, 21-8 the score. So I think you get a nice 9-10 point run here. You're feeling obviously a whole lot better about the way this game is going. And there's 6.5 to go here in the first half. Is up to shoot. Zagvold's shot gets blocked by Watson. Ball back to South. Handled by Grant. Drives, loses it. Goes untouched by North. Of course, now you get Loberg 6'4", Zeller 6'6". You get a little bit more of your size back out on the court if you're Fargo North.
Yeah, we'll see. They're probably going to look to see if they can get something inside here on offense, putting a little bit more beef on the floor.
Evan Booth will come back into the game for Fargo South. They make a substitution as well. Bruins getting set for North. Sem to Zeller. Zeller for three, off the iron. The big man we thought was the post presence. First thing he does is pull up for a three. As Sem puts that in for two. 23-8 the score on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. And losers out game. A state qualifying game Saturday is in the mix. Foul on Jeremiah Sem, his second.
Sem did a good job of moving his feet, but it looked like he had both hands, both checking Hamilton there. So another opportunity for Hamilton to see that ball go through the net a couple times here.
He will be shooting the 1-and-1. North or South rather will be in the bonus the remainder of this half. Hamilton 3 points, all coming from the free throw line.
And if you're Fargo North, you definitely don't want to foul right now. South has had a hard time finding the basket, so you don't want to give them easy free points at the free throw line here.
Next shot good for Hamilton, 23-10. North again open up to a 9-0 lead in this game. As it's Matthew Sem for a long two. The freshman chips in his first two. 15 points the lead for Fargo North. Feed to Hamilton. Hamilton's field goal good.
There you go. If South can knock this lead down to single digits, I think they're going to have a lot of confidence coming out in the second half here.
Zagvold will lose the ball. North holds possession. Zeller to the basket. Hesitation, shoots, fouled. Carter Zeller will get 2 free throws.
Falls on the Bruins, number 31, DeAndre
DeAndre Watson's first personal, 5th team foul.
And Zeller is a load down there. You just watch his center of gravity. He's got great balance, good footwork. Once he gets down near that basket, he's a handful to stop.
And Zeller will miss the first shot. Isaac Cody back in for North. Cole Kegba back in for South. Zeller hits the second free throw, 26-12 the score. Here comes Locker up court, shovels a pass to Hamilton. Hamilton will just miss. Cody the rebound, finds Jeremiah Sem. Sem tries to split the defense, will lose the ball, lands on top of it, turns it over. Grabbed by Kegba. Kegba to the basket, comes out of bounds. Came off the knee of Cody, and it's South's basketball.
And the North has done a really good job getting back in transition, not giving up anything easy, getting their hands in there, knocking the ball away. They've had a lot of deflections this game so far.
Ball comes to Booth from the corner, misses the shot. South holds possession. They will not get a new shot clock as Kegba trying to shed Isaac Cody, comes to the corner, redirected out of bounds by Loberg. Dean Grant back into the game will spell Evan Booth. 4:28 left in the first half.
Right on cue there, North gets another deflection. Their hands are extremely active right now, not letting South get any easy pass, any type of ball movement really offensively.
Ball top of the key, 3 will miss. Grant couldn't deliver with the shot. Here comes the Spartans. Zeller, bucket counts, will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. Foul number 6 against Fargo South. Kegba's 3rd personal, so a starter right now for South, who got 2 early fouls, will add his 3rd.
Also in for Fargo North, number 20, Gabe Sagvold.
Gabe Sagvold back into the game. Out will be Luke Loberg. Zeller at the line. He's got 8, trying to make it 9. Misses the free throw, rebound two-handed by Dean Grant. And it's the Bruins basketball. Hamilton to drive, beyond the arc. Will come to Locker, to the corner. McGill, 3, misses. Into the hands of Carter Zeller. Zeller, the long pass to Cody, to Matthew Sem, and Sem off the glass and in. 18 points the lead for North. South looked like they were going to start mounting their comeback, and North, these last couple possessions, have come up big.
Well, right now, North looks like they're just outrunning South, too. You can see just about any time they get a rebound, they're not just going to walk the ball up the floor. They've got kids streaking down the floor, and they're looking to pass it ahead and get something easy.
Grant gets the first free throw. We'll get to shoot the bonus. 30 to 13 the score. At 11 a.m. will be the state qualifying game where the winner of this team will play, and they'll play the loser of Davies and Shanley. Second free throw good, 30 to 14 the score. And Mason Kinsella on the court for the first time for Fargo North. Cody on the near side. Comes beyond the wing to Sagvold for a deep 3, his 3rd made 3.
And Sagvold's giving them a big boost, especially from the perimeter here. And that one, I don't even know if you can close out that far and expect to guard anybody. That was a deep 3.
Yeah, Sagvold just 5 points. And they're losing effort against West Fargo in the quarterfinals. Into the lane, off the glass was Hamilton. Sagvold had 17 against the Highliners in the opening round of this tournament as a missed 3 comes from Cody. It's picked up by the Bruins. Not to bring up the pass too far. As South will handle the basketball. Right side Grant, and a foul off-ball call against the Bruins. DeAndre Watson second, team's 7th. Both teams now in the bonus for the final 2:51.
This little run here going on with Jeremiah Sem on the bench here. North doing a good job of getting quality looks, and still their defense right now, they're just not letting South breathe.
Reese Kessel will come into the game, and not at all a slight on North, but it hasn't been anything too complicated defensively. As a 3 will miss for Sem, ball will go to South. It's just closing in quickly, getting to your spots quickly, and putting your hands in the right place.
Yep, absolutely. They're being active, and they're being opportunists on defense right now.
Team swap turnovers goes to the hands of Diamond McGill, who misses the shot. Will get 2 free throws. Foul against Isaac Cody.
We see Kessel on the floor for the first time here for Fargo South. Sharp shooting big man there. I believe he's a sophomore, if I remember correctly, and he can definitely maybe give them a little spark offensively. Anywhere from 15 feet and out, he's a very accurate shooter.
Second free throw will miss for McGill. South keeps the basketball. McGill steps off the 3, up to shoot, gets fouled, back to the line. 2:20 left in the first half. North leads by 18. And McGill hits the first. North, the number 6 seed in this tournament. South, the number 7 seed. South 10-13 on the year. North 14-9. McGill gets the second free throw, 33-17. The score as we approach 2 minutes left in the first half on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Here comes South. Much needed stop. Kissel to the left side, finds McGill. McGill drives, layup good.
Bruins looking to get a little bit of momentum heading into halftime. There's a big 2 minutes here down the stretch.
Yeah, stops. Going to go a very long way here. As Matthew Sem thought about the shot from the elbow, we'll go to Loberg. He's up to drive. 10 seconds on the shot clock for North. Matthew Sem from the corner, 3 in and out. Rebound. Bruins fed to Grant, puts it in for 2. Dean Grant hits a pair, 33-21. Alex, all of a sudden, if you're South, you're feeling a whole lot better. You're into the 20s. You got a little bit of time left here in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see how North responds. Big call right here and a charge. Wow. Those are just about 2 of the biggest plays you can have momentum-wise. You get a dunk on one end and take a charge on the other end. Big swing here in favor of the Bruins.
And that's on Loberg. .115 left, baseline, Locker. Inbounds to Diamond McGill. McGill along the far sideline by the defense, loses the dribble, picks it up, able to find Hamilton to the left side, Locker. Back to Hamilton, comes back to Grant, will miss the shot. Rebound is picked up by Locker. And will get lost by Hamilton. 54 seconds left in the half.
There's some uncharacteristic turnovers. South has bobbled a lot of passes today.
I think you factor some of that into just playing from behind all game and psyching yourself out just a little bit about how important every possession is. Not that they're not, but you feel like you got to make that comeback then as Sem for 3 will miss. Hamilton gets the rebound. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and a foul call will get Diamond McGill back to the free throw line.
And here's another thing to think about. I mean, if Fargo South has been shooting the ball really well from the free throw line, and that's not easy to do when you're not making shots on the offensive end. And, well, of course, right on cue. There's my first experience with the jink from the sidelines here.
Yeah,
but
the old broadcaster's jinx. But yeah, as you were bringing that up, I was counting 9 of their points have come from the free throw line.
And that's big time when you think about they're only putting up they got 22 points now, 10 of those coming from the free throw line. That's just about half, and they're shooting the ball really well from the free throw line. This game could be really ugly if they weren't shooting the ball well from the stripe.
And shot attempt will miss. Put back attempt for Sem is good. 10 for Sem. 5 seconds left in the half. 35-22 the lead for North. As deep three for Kobe Jones will just miss, and we have 1 half of play out here at the Shack. And as Fargo North 35, Fargo South 22. First half numbers coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
See your future come together at Lake Region State College. Train for in-demand careers, part-time, full-time, or online. At Lake Region State College, we change lives.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health. Here for all. Here for good.
Welcome to Ada, Minnesota. There's much to offer for new residents and much to do once you're here. Medical facility, living community, and assistant living. A beautiful school campus providing quality education. The Deco Center with a 24-hour fitness center. A community of faith with church and youth programs. Auto dealers, bowling, theater, farm implement and agronomy centers. Banks, retail and service businesses, a radio station, and much more. With employment and housing available. Welcome to the city of Ada to work, raise a family, and relax. Contact the City of Ada for more information.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard here in a losers out game of the EDC tournament. It is Fargo North 35, Fargo South 22. United Savings Credit Union, 2 locations in Fargo alongside 1 in Dilworth and Detroit Lakes. Learn more at UnitedSavingsCU.org. It was a game where South at one point trailed by 19. They trailed by 13. I'm Joel Morgan, Alex Quist, head coach of the Valley City Highlanders, with us here on this broadcast. They trailed by 19, they trailed by 13. There's a different feel to this 13 because the offense is active for South right now. They're up and down the court. They really hit a different level about those final 6 minutes, but North started out the game well offensively, defensively, probably the best we've seen North in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think South maybe had 2 points, I'd say maybe 8 minutes into the game, and then that's just... That's not easy to do, especially in a game, loser out game when everything's on the line. North was definitely active on the defensive end, had a lot of hands and passing lanes, didn't let South get into the paint. When they did, they were collapsing hard, and South wasn't able to capitalize on some open threes. And you don't capitalize on open threes, and that's just going to suck the defense in even more.
And let's look at these numbers. For Fargo North, 40% from the field, 3-point shooting, 5 for 16, 4 for 7 from the free throw line. Rebounds matched up at 21 apiece. Steals matched up at 4 apiece. Turnovers, 9-8 in favor of Fargo North. The difference makers we're looking at is second chance points, 10 for Fargo North compared to none for Fargo South. Fargo South shooting 20% from the field, 0 for 9 from long range, 10 for 12 from the free throw line. Those are the numbers that are obviously the biggest difference makers right now.
Yeah, and even you look at second chance points, you're like, oh, North is winning 10-0, but both teams have 6 offensive rebounds. It's just a matter of capitalizing when you get those rebounds, getting some easy ones. But yeah, the free throw line, that was a lifesaver there for the Bruins. But I mean, shooting is just one of those things, right? It's contagious. Bruins start out 0 for 9 here in the first half. You see a teammate miss a 3. You maybe press a little bit more on your 3-point attempt. And then you look at the other side of things. North, they started off. Sagvold hit a couple 3s. Sam hit a 3. And it makes you feel a lot better, more comfortable shooting that next one. You're just not feeling that pressure of needing to knock that one down.
Some individual numbers for Fargo North. Gabe Sagvold, 11 points, 3 for 5 from 3-pointers, 4 rebounds for him, 10 points for Jeremiah Sem. He is 2 for 6 on threes. 8 points for Carter Zeller, 4 points for Matthew Sem, 2 points for Isaac Cody. For Fargo South, Dean Grant with 6 points, 6 points for James Hamilton, and 6 points for Diamond McGill. Talk about free throws being a lifesaver. McGill was the only offense there for a good stretch for Fargo South. 4 of his 6 points coming from the free throw line. And then DeAndre Watson with 4 points for the Fargo South Bruins. Again, they trail here 35-22. Winner plays at 11 a.m. The first game of the final day of the EDC tournament Saturday. They'll play the loser of Davies and Shanley, which is the game we'll have for you next. We'll be back with the start of the second half. When we return, you're watching coverage of the EDC basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com.
The city of Hillsboro welcomes you with opportunities to build, grow, live, and work in the Hillsboro community. With the City of Hillsboro Renaissance Zone, new businesses and entrepreneurs can use to start a business. The time for you to consider Hillsboro is now. Come see us, make the drive, and visit the City of Hillsboro. Contact city offices or visit www.hillsboro-nd.com. Small town, big opportunity. Experience Hillsboro.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
It's a family-oriented community.
It's a great community to raise kids in a family.
They're a safe place to raise a family, and can go four-wheeling on the trails or kayaking down the river.
Just more than knowing the family that's here, it's getting to know new neighbors.
We wanted to be somewhere that was community-oriented, and this felt just perfect.
Back on yourliveevent.com, I'm Joel Morgan, Alex Quist with us. Al, thanks for joining us here when you can. I know obviously you wish you had a team out here right now competing, but gotta love the way that this tournament has shaped up here for this first day at the Shack.
Oh yeah, anytime you get even just one rivalry, that seems like quite a treat, but to get four out of 4 games playing your crosstown rivals, it doesn't really get any better than that.
Yeah, we had Central and Red River play before, 79-73. Congratulations to Grand Forks Central for them to move on to the next round and to play in a state qualifier. After this, we'll have Davies and Shanley, a rival matchup, and then West Fargo, Cheyenne, West Fargo. Our second half underway. It's Jeremiah Sem with the basketball for North. Sem pass to Zeller. Zeller grabs it on the near block to the basket, up for 2. 10 for Carter Zeller. He becomes the third Spartan in double figures. 37-22 the score. 15-point deficit for South. They've been around this area in this game. In fact, they've been behind by more, but at least the way that first half ended, Al, it's like a different feel facing this deficit.
Absolutely, as McGill there gets a nice easy lay-in off of a back cut. I mean, South struggled to score for so long that it just, you could feel the pressure mounting on them to find a bucket. Now that they're settled in a little bit, I would expect them to play much better the second half.
Here comes McGill, team's lead scorer with 8, feeds to Hamilton. Hamilton will miss at the rim. Rebound goes to Luke Loberg. You have Loberg and Zeller, 6'4" and 6'6", 2 broad shoulder 4-5 players, and they do a lot of damage down low as an and one and a nice play for Isaac Cody.
And Cody, he's a right-handed player, but much to the opposing team's surprise, he is a lot better going to his left. You see there, he went left, pivoted back to his right, another shot fake and came right back to that left hand. Nice finish at the and one.
Cody misses the shot. Rebound to South. McGill in the lane on the elbow. We'll come back to Dean Grant. To the corner, Watson, 3 in and out, rebound Loberg.
A great box out there from Loberg. Hamilton was stationed underneath the basket there, and Loberg came and removed them from rebounding contention there and got up and got that one.
Sam will lose it on the post. It was picked up by Dean Grant. Grant will be fouled. Sagvold, I believe, the guilty party. If it is, it will be his second. Yeah, his second personal first-team foul of the half. Cole Kegba not on the court. Well, as I say that, now he's back on the court. One of their starters did not start the second half, sitting on 3 fouls. It was DeAndre Watson, who is now sitting on 3 fouls, who came out to begin the second half of play for Fargo South. Ball to the left side. Locker skips across. Will come near side to McGill. McGill to the iron, misses the shot. It's Sagvold with the rebound. Ball gets stolen away by South to the right side. Up for 2, Kegba.
And that is a huge play. North had people streaking down the floor, probably would have gotten a layup, but Hamilton recognized there were people behind him, anticipated the pass, and was able to come up with the steal.
And a nice play by William Locker to get the steal. Let's see if they turn it into points, and they do.
I don't know, he may have gotten away with a little bit of a shuffle of the feet there on the jump stop, but nonetheless, good attack, and South is in business here, only down 11. They've got to be feeling a little bit better heading down the home stretch of this game.
And a feed to Zeller. Nice hesitation, puts it in for 2. Zeller has 12, 41-28.
And you let him touch the ball down there. Let me tell you what, he's leading the league in field goal percentage. He's going to score that.
And McGill, the and one. McGill has been the spark that South has needed, and he comes up here with a chance at a 3-point play. Sagvold's third personal. As the 3-point play won't land for McGill. Rebound, fed to the lane. 2 for Kegba. Kegba did not have a point in the first half. All of a sudden makes it a single-digit deficit. 41-32 the score.
See Coach Hogue here calling out a set, hoping to get something easy here.
As a feed goes to Zeller, he will be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
And I just looked it up, and it looks like Carter Zeller shot 70% from the field this year. Just a remarkable number, and to think that 70%, that's good for anybody, but this kid's only a sophomore.
I was going to say, if you're in the EDC, you're at attention at a stat like that because you have 2 more years left of him. 42-32 the score.
I was thinking that last year after he got his first career start against us up in Fargo North when Valley City came to town, and he scored 40 points in his first career varsity start against us.
There's always those players that you go through the course of your time as a player and a coach, and you just go, is that guy gone already? Are we done with him, or we got 2 more years left of him? And he's definitely one of them as Locker misses the shot. Rebound taken away back by South, and as Kegba misses the shot. And nice job staying in bounds for Sagvold. Will come to Zeller, back to Sagvold. North will come up court to Sem on the wing. Sem back to Sagvold, has not scored yet this half, had 11 in the first half. Will come to Sem, lobs it up off the iron. Rebound put back and missing an and one, Loberg, but he'll get 2 free throws coming up.
I'm surprised. You look at Fargo North, just about any time a shot goes up from South, they've got someone running down the floor before they even have the rebound. Looked like Isaac Cody was sitting down here on the opposite end of the court with his hands up, hoping to get that baseball pass down for an open layup.
And first free throw will miss for Loberg. South doing a little bit of shuffling of their post positions. As second shot good for Loberg now. 44-32 the score. Have 14 minutes left to play. 14 minutes is some change left to play, but there is going to come a point here for South when you can't go point for point. As a 3 for Locker off the backboard. It's Zeller with the ball up court to Sagvold. Sagvold feeds to Sem. Back to Cody, skips across to the corner. Sagvold for 3. His 4th made 3. He has 14, 47-32 the score.
And it was a really good close out there too from Locker, but Sagvold still able to put it in there.
Ball gets tipped in the lane by North. South able to recover, put off the backboard. Grant can't finish. Put back attempt will miss for Kegbaugh. Ball brought beyond the arc to McGill. And McGill on the drive. No look feed and a blocking foul. Found Kegbaugh. Kegbaugh draws the foul. Will be Loberg's second. Fargo North right now, all 5 of their starters with multiple fouls. It's Gabe Sagvold who leads that stat with 3. Not a stat you want to lead with 13-13 left in what has been a very physical game around the rim. Long inbounds, finds McGill. McGill in the lane, takes the shot, was looking for a foul call, won't get it. Rebound to Hamilton, and the ball comes loose, and a foul called against Fargo South. Colby Jones is first. 13:05 left to go in this game. Coming up next, we will have Fargo Davies and Shanley, a rivalry matchup in the semifinals. And really, we won't call it that, but it is a state qualifying game. Win, you know you're going to state, as they miss first shot attempt for Sagvold, and he is fouled. Evan Booth, second personal.
Yeah, winning on that first day is a huge advantage, knowing you only got to win 1 out of 2 the rest of the way.
Sagvold hits the rebound, 13 for him. Next one's good. 49-32 the score.
I think that's actually 16 for Sagvold. He had a 3 earlier this half too and had 13 at halftime. Sagvold putting together a really nice game here.
South works the ball around, comes to McGill, gets it. Diamond McGill has been big for the Bruins in this game. He has 12. It really, when it seemingly like no one was able to score, he was the only one who kept the offense moving. Sam up for 2, off the backboard. Rebound caroms into the hands of Hamilton. Hamilton on court, comes to the corner, finds Evan Booth. Booth to McGill, back over to Hamilton, back beyond the arc. The 3 misses for Colby Jones. South has not made a 3 this game. And a long feed, hesitation near the basket. Sagvold hits 2 more. 16 for Sagvold, 51-34 the score.
Now, there's no reason to panic here if you're South, but at the same time, you need to make sure you're getting quality looks on the offensive end, and you're going to have to start tightening things up on the defensive end, start getting some stops, and hopefully find some open looks in transition.
4 seconds on the shot clock. They avoid the shot clock violation with Hamilton, but it's North's basketball. Sagvold across the timeline. Feeds in the lane, gets deflected, picked up by Colby Jones. Jones feeds to Hamilton, a little too strong, and he will lose it out of bounds. And big substitutions coming all around for both teams. 11:05 left to play.
We'll see how long Coach Hendrickson decides to leave McGill and Hamilton on the bench here. Losing a lot of scoring there with those 2 on the bench.
And the Bruins Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They thank corporate sponsors Gate City Bank, Sanford, Midco, and First International Bank for their continued support. Says an and 1 comes to Carter Zeller.
Carter Zeller scoring.
Fargo North setting up a couple screen and rolls there, and weak side defense was just a hair late. Like I said earlier, I mean, if Zeller catches the ball down there, he's shooting 70% on the year. He's gonna make those a very high percentage of the time.
And Zeller gets his 17th of the game, 54-34. Now a 20-point lead for North.
There you can see McGill coming into the game already. I know if you talk to Coach Hendrickson, McGill, he's the soul of this Bruins team. He's one of those kids where, you know, if you've got the game on the line, he's the kid you want on your side.
And we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more on yourliveevent.com.
To too dry, we know Mother Nature has the final say on the crop. Count on Irie Insurance to help manage that risk. Irie Insurance has a proven track record with over 30 years of experience as a crop insurance leader. Protect your legacy with the right tools to do the job. Learn more at IrieInsurance.com or by calling your local agent in Devils Lake, Hillsborough, Hope, Mackville, Towner, and West Fargo.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
Back on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us. Our coverage of the EDC basketball tournament. Game 2 of 4 to come your way here tonight. A whole slate of games on the girls' side of this tournament tomorrow, and then 6 on Saturday. 4 state qualifiers, 2 championship games, and then on to the Super A next week. William Locker inbounds the basketball to Diamond McGill. Season on the line for both of these teams. Remember, it's double elimination. You get your chance to play for a state qualifier. Both of these teams have already lost one here in the tournament. Ball to Kegbaugh. Kegbaugh beyond the arc. To Grant, back inside to Kegbaugh over the defense. 2 for Cole Kegbaugh. He's got 6 in the game.
That was great elevation there. Defense actually did a great job helping outside of the paint there, but Kegbaugh just rose over the top, finished right over.
Matthew Sem will feed to Jeremiah Sem. Sem hesitation at the block, looking around for something, will lob it back beyond the arc. Sagvold with the basketball. Sagvold to shoot off the iron. It's Kegbaugh with the rebound. They missed Kegbaugh's minutes here in the first half. Kegbaugh to the basket and one. So Kegbaugh looking for a three-point play, 54-38 the score. Foul on Matthew Sem, his second. North opened up the game on a 9-0 scoring run. They would lead by as much as 17 in the first half. South's offense started to come alive. They went to the locker room down 35-22. A little bit of a more evenly matched second half, but that first half is going to come back and bite you if you can't find a way to come up with some big stops.
Yeah, but 2 timely buckets here from Keg, but nonetheless, it's. I mean, realistically, you don't think you're probably going to have much of a shot to win this game if you don't hold North to about 65 points, because that, I mean, South's still going to have to score a lot to reach that point. And so it's going to start on the defensive end, and right on cue, Matthew Sem makes a big shot there, pushes the lead back up to 17.
Bruins have some time to work with here on the shot clock, about 13 seconds. And keeping it in bounds is Hamilton, but it's turned over. Khaled with the ball and the layup. Khaled will get 2, his first of the game, 58-39. And North about to regain that 20-point advantage. Spin move up for 2, Hamilton. Hamilton in double figures with 10. 8:45 and counting left. It's a season for South. Season for both teams, but South the one trying to make the comeback here. 3 for Matthew Sem, won't land. Rebound, Kegbaugh. It's McGill driving, lays it up for 2.
And if I'm Fargo South, I'm looking to do that every time you get the ball. The faster you play, the more possessions you're going to get in the ball game, and if you can push in transition, might be able to catch them sleeping a little bit and beat that help defense down into the paint.
Ball comes to Zeller. Zeller with 2. 17-19 for Zeller. 60-43 of the score. 8:03 left to play. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. Actually, no timeout. It was a stoppage for substitution, so we'll stay right here instead.
Looks like Matthew Sem might be bleeding. I think that's why the referee blew his whistle there. Over there on the sideline, getting, looks like maybe just above his eye. Maybe got a little cut there, cleaning up some blood.
Hamilton drives, hook shot off the mark. North will handle the rebound. Sagvold with the ball. Skips across to Loberg, 3 off the iron. Rebound picked up by Hamilton. And fed to Watson. Watson will lose this one out of bounds. 7:35 left to play. Remember, Davies-Shanley will be our next game. That will be a championship semifinal game. Win that one, and you're guaranteed a spot on to state. Inbound comes to McGill, sheds the defense, and Sagvold. Feed to Watson. Watson fouled. Isaac Cody's 3rd personal.
Nice pass there from Diamond McGill. Putting a little sauce on that one.
Watson will get 2 free throws. Watson at one point had the only offense for South. Hit that field goal about 3 minutes into the game, and that was the only points they saw for a long stretch. Watson hits the first free throw. Some changes coming here for the Bruins.
We'll see. It looks like South might be getting in position here to show a little bit of full court pressure. It's usually what you see when you put your guards down low into the lane for the free throw.
And second free throw good for Watson. 60-45 the score. Correct on that call is full court defense.
Ooh.
As a pass to the near side, Sagvold able to keep it in bounds. Sagvold comes to Loberg. Layup good for Luke Loberg. Here comes Hamilton for 3. First made 3 for South. Comes with 7:06 left to play. 62-48. They trail by 14. Cody to drive for 2. Rebound Hamilton. Hamilton comes up on the wing. Feeds to DeAndre Watson. Back to the near side. McGill will come to Hamilton. Hamilton spins, shoots, deflected, and fouled. Sagvold's 4th.
This will be an interesting finish here. South has been successful in picking the pace of this game up to get more possessions, but realistically, I think that's more of a style that North feels comfortable playing in. But a big stat to keep in mind here is both teams are at 6 fouls, so both teams will be in the bonus here. We'll see if South can stay aggressive here. Free throws are a big bonus because it stops the clock and gives you more opportunities to get the ball in the hole.
Hamilton will knock down both, 62-50. It's a 12-point game, and more to add on to your point is something to consider is the fact that as a foul call goes against Colby Jones, if South is able to overcome this hump, you're talking about a game that potentially we could see an extra period of play coming late in this game. You're going to have to sacrifice some guys, and if you do hit overtime, you're going to be a few guys short, guys you're going to have to count on. As Jeremiah Sem hits the first free throw, he'll get the bonus, 63-50.
Yeah, and you might have to bank on Fargo North missing some free throws down the stretch too.
Second shot good, 64-50, 6:30 left to play on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard.
Well, we'll see if that 3 by Hamilton maybe sparks a little momentum in South's favor. Like we mentioned earlier, shooting can be really contagious, so just seeing one of those 3s go down can give someone else some confidence to knock the next one down.
McGill with the ball, up to drive, ball is out of bounds. No made threes in the first half. 0 for 9 was Fargo South. What does 2 made threes look like at this point?
Well, they're not getting easy ones either, though, from the perimeter. That's the tough part. It's, North has been very active on the defensive end. They're doing a good job of closing in on gaps on drives, but they're still closing out really hard on the perimeter when it does get kicked out. Great cut there from McGill. That baseline out of bounds play was not for him, but just made a read, caught his defender sleeping a little bit. Good inbounds pass, good finish.
And then that first half, as you mentioned, North, I think they just simplified the defense. They got to where they needed to be. 3 for Cody. That one becomes a rebound for Hamilton. Hamilton, a feed to McGill, and 2 for Diamond McGill. 64-54.
McGill putting together a nice game here. Fargo South all of a sudden flipping the script and able to get some points in transition. Those were non-existent there in the first half.
Luke Loberg's going to be fouled. Cole Kegba's 4th personal. He will exit. Coming in will be DeAndre Watson. In a game like this where you were down by 20, you're looking for a big comeback. You need that dark horse player who's just going to play a game that's uncharacteristic, and DeAndre Watson averages about 4 a game as the first shot is missed. Ball goes to South. DeAndre Watson averages 4 a game, has 6 tonight. This is maybe an opportunity for him to have that big game. 2 for Hamilton, 64-56, and we're going to get a whistle.
Oh, no. I think they looked like they called a technical foul there. It might have been on Hamilton. Yep, that looks like what it's going to be. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see what he did, but that's a big play there at this point in the game when every single point matters when you're looking to make a comeback.
They'll go to Jeremiah Sem, who misses the first shot. Gets the second. 65-56.
If I'm the Bruins, I'm looking, obviously you need to get a stop here, but if you can get a rebound and try to get something in transition, they've really struggled against North's half-court defense here in the second half and the first half, but looking to get something quick and easy is going to be huge heading into the final 5 minutes of this game.
Pass on to the right side. Shot attempt short. North hanging on to the basketball. It's back to Jeremiah Sem. And Sem hits 2.
And that ball screen with Sem and Zeller just puts so much pressure on the defense. Sem a good passer from that spot. Grant knocks down a big 3. See if he can get something going. He hit 5 threes the last time these two teams matched up.
And at 67-59, timeout on the court. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Making a difference and impacting lives comes together when you study to become a nurse at Lake Region State College. Our nursing program is available in Mayville, Grand Forks, and Devils Lake. Find out more today. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Save the dates for the Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. New this year, music from Post-Traumatic Funk Syndrome, the Freddy Justice Hypnotist, the Traveling Escape Room, Nick the Magician for Youth Day, Senior Day, Free Family Friday, the Red Letter Band, the Woodpicks, racing, and so much more. NormanCountyFair.com. The Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 22nd through 25th. It is where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Everybody's gonna be there.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Joel Morgan, Alex Quist with us for this losers out game of the tournament. Winners so far today, Grand Forks Central over Red River 79-73. South looking for a massive comeback. They were down by 20, have got within 8 with 4:34 left to play. After this, championship semifinals, Davies and Shanley, then West Fargo, Cheyenne, West Fargo. 4 games here, all rivalry matchups inside the EDC. Isaac Cody at the baseline to inbound. And long inbound, stolen away at half court by Colby Jones. Picked up by Locker. Pass to the corner, that one's stolen back by Isaac Cody. Cody long pass to Sam. Sam to Cody, to the corner. Back up top to Sem. 10 on the shot clock. Sem to shoot. That shot altered by all sorts of hands. Picked up by Zeller, and a blocking foul called against Locker.
Ooh, that one was a close one. It looked, the ref was calling a charge, but he second guessed himself there, and looks like he pointed to the restricted arc. I think that was the right call. It was a help defender, so if you're a help defender, you're not the primary defender, and your heels are on that restricted arc, they're gonna call a charge, or gonna call a block, whether the offensive player lowered their shoulder or not.
Zeller misses the first shot, we'll get the second. 67-59 the score. Won't get the second. Rebound McGill. McGill almost knocking down his teammate to get that one. Under 4 to play. It's Hamilton. Hamilton from the elbow, 2.
Oh yeah, he picked the right time to start feeling himself a little bit here. Fargo North probably starting to feel some pressure.
Feed to Zeller. Zeller a dribble, looks for an outlet, comes to the corner, pass knocked down by Cody, and a timeout taken by North as Cody did not have a lot of room to work with. It's a short timeout. We'll keep it here. 67-61. It was once a 20-point deficit for Fargo South. What have the Bruins been doing differently?
Well, first off, they were starting to find buckets in transition. They had a really hard time scoring in the half court against Fargo North, but 2 threes, I mean, you think 2 threes maybe isn't that much, but in a game like this where they've struggled to score, those 2 threes can do a lot to lift your offense, and forcing some uncharacteristic turnovers from Fargo North there, even just to start off after that timeout, turning North over on the inbound. I mean, just the momentum completely changed here, and North's mentality had to have changed as well. Now feeling some of that pressure of, oh man, things aren't going our way, what are we gonna do? And things just tighten up a little bit here.
Cody, 2 hands an inbound pass to Sagvold. North has 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Isaac Cody. 4 seconds. 3 off the iron. Rebound, still loose. North will recover. And shot off the side of the iron, and it's South's basketball, and a travel called.
Great hustle from both sides there. South having a hard time getting Zeller out of the play, doing a good job boxing him out, but he's still getting his hands on that ball.
And an open shooter in Sagvold, and a 3. His 5th made 3. 70-61, 3-possession game, 3 minutes to go. And a foul call against Hamilton. Or Hamilton, I should say, is fouled. It'll be Sagvold, and he will foul out of the game.
That is a big foul right there. Sagvold, the Spartans' leading scorer right now with 21, fouling out of the game for the last 3 minutes here. Just made the biggest shot of the game, the previous possession.
And the first free throw will miss for Hamilton. It was 35-22 North at the half. North at one point a 19-point lead in the half, and you would think, well, couldn't have gotten worse in the second half deficit-wise for South. They trailed by 20 this half. As the next free throw will miss for the Bruins. The ball handled by Isaac Cody, and this is the point now where South is going to only have to be quick when they need to be. Time is on their side, possessions on their side. You don't want to get too comfortable. As a feed to Sem, and 72-61 the score.
Couple big scores back-to-back here for North, looking to close out the Bruins. Big possession here. Bruins need some points.
And Diamond McGill is fouled.
No better way to get him than from the free throw line. Hamilton 0 for 2 last trip here. Another opportunity to stop the clock while putting points on the board. You know, in high school basketball, that ball goes through the net in a live ball situation. The clock doesn't stop. So getting to the free throw line, just another opportunity to stop it. And on top of that, you can set up your full court defense.
And McGill misses both free throws, does control the rebound. And a pass taken away at the baseline by Loberg. Approaching 2 minutes left to play in this game. Pass to Sem in the corner, that one's out of bounds.
You can see Coach Hogue there yelling, make the easy pass. That's exactly what South wants you to do, just bait you into playing a little bit quick and making a tough one-handed pass there. Deflected off of Matthew Sem, or Jeremiah Sem's hands, and goes out of bounds.
Kegbaugh with the basketball. 3, misses for Hamilton. Sem with the basketball. He is going to be fouled by Kobe Jones. Kobe Jones is third.
South is, some of the sets they've been running, they're just not getting anything out of them because North has been switching every off-ball screen from start to finish here, and it's really taken South out of any motion offense, any screening they've been trying to do on or off the ball.
Sem's free throw will make it 73-61. The next is good. 74-61. Minute 35 and counting left. Hamilton will come to Kobe Jones. Jones goes to drive, tries to go to the corner. Sem will take it away. Sem with the steal to the lane. Big jam for Sem. 76-61, and talk about an exclamation point.
Well, you could tell as soon as he got that ball, he wanted to put that exclamation point on for this one. What a play.
3 for South, will miss for Kegbaugh. Rebound picked up by the Bruins. It was a valiant comeback attempt for Fargo South. They never stopped playing in this game as Isaac Cody for 3, and Cody will hit a big 3. 79-61. 3 at the other end, good for Kobe Jones. 15-9 will be North's record. South will end the year 10-14, and in the third meeting between these two teams, when it mattered the most, it was Fargo North that hangs on for the win. And we are stopped with 15.4 seconds left. And Isaac Cody will go to the free throw line.
Well, Tournament time's always an exciting time for fans, players, but it's, let me tell you what, it's also hard to watch some players' seasons come to an end. Fargo Bruins seniors probably getting hit with that reality check right now that their time on the gridiron, or not gridiron, the hardwood here is coming to an end. As you can see, Coach Hendrickson calling a timeout so we can take those guys off of the floor and get a standing ovation. A much-deserved standing ovation. I mean, to where we're at right now compared to where we were at the beginning of the game, you've got to tip your hat to the Bruins and what they were able to do after that rough start. You can see the excitement from the Fargo North cheering section.
Yeah, they were down by 20 at one point, and this late push is not indicative of what South did here in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
7 seconds left. South's just going to let that clock get down to 0. So North will have a meeting at 11 a.m. on Saturday. It will be against the loser of Davies and Shanley with a trip to state on the line. And 2.3 seconds before this one does become a final. And there it is, our final on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Fargo South 81, West Fargo 64. Post-game show coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Friday night racing returns this spring. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information.
Red River Valley Speedway, the fastest high bank dirt track in the upper Midwest.
Let the team at Taxman help prepare your taxes and answer any of your tax-related questions. From financial planning, payroll services, and retirement planning, Taxman focuses on your unique tax, accounting, and consulting needs. For expert, affordable service from accountants that care about you with a combined 200 years of experience, choose Taxman. Open year-round with offices in Fargo and Moorhead. For more information, go online to fmtaxman.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has...
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com, and it was a win here for Fargo North, 81-64 against Fargo South. Let's send it over to Chase Miller.
Thank you very much, Joel. With us now, Jeremiah Sem. Jeremiah, just first and foremost, before we talk about the dunk, let's talk about the comeback from Fargo South. You guys had to build a wall a little bit, get some defensive stops. Just how were you able to close out this contest out?
We got in the locker room because in the first half we came out and punched him in the face. Coach wanted us to come back out and punch him in the face again.
Talk about that dunk when you were able to get the extension, get the and one, snap the rim a little bit there. What was going through your mind?
I black out when those things happen.
Biggest thing for you will take away from this game to get a win, to have a chance like you did last year in a state qualifier. What do you want to do on Saturday that you took away from this game?
I just want to enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment. All right, we'll talk to you on Saturday afternoon, all right?
All right, thank you.
And again, Jeremiah Sem. Let's bring his teammate in now, Carter Zeller. Carter was banging around on the inside here, and Carter, you had a really productive game, almost got a double-double in this one. Just talk about the rhythm that you found yourself in here throughout this contest.
The paint, that's my domain. I like to roam in there, and I like when my teammates can give me the ball and I can provide for our team and just get us the W.
What was it about this team to close out Fargo South in the last 5-6 minutes when you knew that run was coming from the Bruins?
We knew that we just had to take it to them because we wanted to get to the state tournament and just win, I guess.
Talk about the experience you had last year. Same type of deal. You had to win back-to-back games. Check number one here to try to take care of business Saturday. Can you take any experience from what you guys were able to do last year going into Saturday in another state qualifying game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope history repeats itself and we just play as good as we did last year and we can just make it, I guess.
Hey, Carter, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you.
That again, Jeremiah Sem alongside with Carter Zeller. Joel, let's toss it back to you.
Thank you, Chase. We'll take a break. We'll get our final numbers here on the post-game show next.
States residents, in good times and challenging times, we come together for the greater good. From simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are. rooted in North Dakota, and ready to serve when it matters most.
See Jared Hansen in Larimore, your agent with answers.
Powerful and playful, delicate and precise, bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, our final. It is a 81-64 win. Fargo North defeating Fargo South. And the Bruins were down at one point by 20. Came back to get between just a couple of possessions, but time not on their side. Hats off to Fargo South for the comeback attempt. Hats off to Fargo North for getting this win and settling in for a chance to play for a trip to state on Saturday at 11 a.m. They will play the loser of the game, the two teams warming up in front of us right now in the Shanley Deacons and the Davies Eagles. Some numbers, some final numbers. North finished shooting 49% from the field, 8 for 23 on three-pointers, 17 for 26 from the free throw line. South improved their shooting 18% in the second half at 38%, 3 for 16 total from three-point range and 15 for 22 from the free throw line. It was just, Alex, just a whole different looking South team in that second half.
Yeah, they shot 20% in the first half and they shot over 50% in the second half. It's just, it's remarkable to all of a sudden, you know, come from first half like that and able to settle in and find a rhythm in that second half. Really a remarkable job to stick with things there for the Bruins and make it a really competitive game.
Some final numbers for the Bruins. James Hamilton, double-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Diamond McGill, 18 points, 5 rebounds. Cole Kegbaugh and Dean Grant, 9 points apiece. DeAndre Watson, 6 points, 3 points for Colby Jones. For the Fargo North Spartans, who improved to 15-9, their season extends to Saturday with a trip to state on the line. Gabe Sagvold finished with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 for 7 on three-pointers, 21 points, 5 rebounds for Jeremiah Sem, 19 points, 8 rebounds for Cody Zellers, 9 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds for Isaac Cody, 6 points for Luke Loberg, 3 points coming from Matthew Sem as well in this game. Time now to give some of our post-game accolades here in this contest, and a tough call for the way that North played this game. But first, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and that one will go to Jeremiah Sem, who finished with those 21 points and 5 rebounds. Alex, he had that big jam late in the game. That really was the exclamation point on the win.
Oh yeah, that's not a common sight in North Dakota basketball, so he's brought a lot of excitement this year. He's had a lot of highlight reel plays this year, but I'm not so sure any of them tops that one.
So here's our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge Energy work has begun to replace Line 3, and keeping everyone safe is Enbridge's top priority. Robust COVID-19 safety rules have been established for Enbridge employees because they want everyone home safe. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3. Our next post-game accolade will be our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, and no doubt on this one, Gabe Sagvold, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 for 7 on three-point attempts. Talk about precision when it went from the three-point arc. There was no one better than him today.
Yeah, he's a guy. I've seen it before, firsthand. Unfortunately, I've seen it. When he sees that ball go through the net, when he hits his first one, you better watch out, because I mean, he hit one probably a good 5-6 feet behind the three-point line there in the first half, and he never lost his touch.
So he is the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises will be holding their Hillsboro Operator Clinic Monday, March 21st. To register, visit planterdoc.com. The clinic will provide the opportunity to brush up on monitor setup and operation of precision planting systems. Again, Monday, March 21st at the Hillsboro store. Well, that will do it for the broadcast here of this contest, a losers out game in the EDC tournament. Fargo North advancing on to play Saturday morning. I'm Joel Morgan for Alex Quist. Reminder again of our final score on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. It was Fargo South falling to Fargo North 81-64. Coming up next, we'll have Davies and Shanley right here on YourLiveEvent.com.